Hello, everyone. In this video, we are focusing on VirtualBox network configuration. The first item that we have under VirtualBox network setting is NAT. Actually, NAT is, as you can see there isn't any DHCP server under NAT. So that means that if you create a virtual VM1 and VM2, both of them get the same IP address. As you can see in this slide, so this VM got that IP address 10.0.2.15, and the same IP address has a VM2. So this is like question always the student asks me that, okay, we set it as a NAT. How come the VMnet, VM1 and VM2 has the same IP address? So because this is like NAT setting, it is not similar to VMware. So I had another video. You can look at that video about VMware network setting. So if you set under VMware NAT, then you receive an IP address from DHCP. But this one is not connected to any DHCP. It's coming from the NATed IP address. And that NATed IP address is 10.0.2.2. And that one is going to be NAT to your physical network adapter. It can be any IP address. Let me show you this scenario on the VMware. So if you look at these two VMs, I have on the left side Debian and the other one on the right side Ubuntu. So if you check the IP address, let me show you first that was the network setting of both of them. So if you look at network setting, both of them set as NAT, right? So this is the network adapter that we have here. And what I have here actually is the IP address of this one. So if you type IP address, and then the IP address you can see is 10.0.2.15. And the other side, if you look at these VM, actually the other VM is 10.0.2.15, right? So both of them set as 10.0.2.15. So let's say you want to ping the other VM, but the other VM also has the same IP address. You cannot ping that one. So let's see that we have access from our host or not. So if I ping 10.0.2.15, you see that I don't have access from my host machine, which is Windows, to any of these VMs. Okay, so this is the first scenario that we have for our network setting. The other one that we have is NAT network, which is similar what we had in VMware. So basically, as you can see here, we have DHCP server. The DHCP server give an IP address in the range of 10.0.2.0/24, right? So the first one gets 5, second one 6, and it goes to the third one is 7. And then this IP address is going to be NATed to your physical network interface, your host network interface. So this is not similar to NAT that we had in the previous step. So basically each machine has their own IP address and they're receiving from DHCP. So let's look at our VMs here. So also let's show you that here IP config. My IP address here is, this is my main IP address. 142.232.197.33, okay? So let's now change this machine settings to NAT network. And basically this name actually came from the settings that you have on a VirtualBox. I'm going to show you later. So also this one, I'm going to set it as NAT network, right? And then the same naming. So if I type here IP address now, and if you check probably address, yeah, I got this one 10.0.10.0.25. Let's check it here, IP address. And this one is 10.0.2.15. So if I ping 10.0.2.5, I should have a ping between the VMs. Let me see that. Do I have a ping to outside like 4.4.4.2.2.4? Yeah, I do have a ping also to the internet. From here, from my host, let me check from my host. Can I access a ping 10.0 to 15, for example? I can't access the VM on the left side. Also, if you try with 5, you cannot access that one as well. So this is about NAT network. It's similar to NAT that we had in VMware Workstation. So now let's go to bridge. A bridge which is similar to bridge that we had in VMware. And basically, that means that you are receiving IP address in the same range as your physical network interface. For example, here, my range of IP address is 10.10.10.1. Okay, this is my actual gateway. My physical IP address is 10.10.10.72. So VM1 gets the IP address 10.10.10.93. 10.10.10.92 is a VM2, and VM3 gets 10.10.10.91. So let's see in our VMs here. So if I change this one, just change this setting to bridge, it's asking now which interface you want to bridge it. So this seems to be my main network interface. That's Ethernet connection. Okay, because I have 3 network interfaces on my physical host. So that's why it's asking me. So let me change this one also to network interfaces to bridge. And if you look at my host here, I showed you before, but let's check it again, IP config. So this interface that I had, so this interface actually is 142.232.197.33, right? That's my main interface. So let's check this one, IP address. So you see that I got the same IP address as my network, my host, like my physical host. So from here, probably if you ping 4.142.232.197.58, you can access to the VM. And also from here, you can access the internet 4.2.2.4. You see that? This is very good if you want to have a SSH connection to this VM, so easily you can create a SSH connection. Or you have a web server, you want to run a web server, then and they are in the same range as your physical network adapter, you can access it. If you check this one also, IP address, you see that this one is 59, and if I want to ping that 59 also, I'm able to access the 59. Also here, you can ping 4224, you can access to the internet. So bridge, you can access to the internet, VMs have a connectivity together. Also, you can access to physical host, and your IP address is in the same range as physical host. So this is like the bridge network interface. And the other one that we have, internal network, basically is the connection between 2 VMs. And here you're receiving IP address. You see that 192. You're setting your own IP address actually on the VMs. And what you see here, 192.1 set VM2 has v192.168.23.2 and VM3 is 23.3. So you can ping, these two VMs can ping each other. So your VM1 actually here, it has an IP address of 192.168.23.1 and the gateway is 10.0.022, which is NATed, and then you will be able to reach to your physical interface. Let's look at this scenario on our VMs. So if I set in this my network interfaces as internal network, so then you have a naming for that one. So you can name it, for example, intnet 0, for example. This is similar to what we had actually in VMware for custom network setting. So if I put this one also as internal network and the same naming, 0. So let's see that what IP address I have here. So let me check it again. You see that I don't have any IP address here. Also check this one IP address. So I don't have any IP address, right? So what you can do, you can go to here. And if you check the network interfaces here, you don't have an IP address, you should set the IP address manually. For example, 192.168.10.1, and the other one, 255.255.255.0. That's your, sorry, that's gateway, so that's net mask. And we don't have gateway here, but you can put it as 192.168.10.2 because it's asking for gateway. And you apply the settings. So if you check your IP address now, your IP address has been set to 192.168.10.1. So here on Ubuntu server, actually, nano etc net plan, that's net plan because this and the YAML file. So here you see that DHCP is true. You're receiving IP address from DHCP, but if you want to set the static IP address for this one, you set this one as no, and then under DHCP lines, that means here, you can add addresses. So then you can set this one as 192.168.10.2/24. And if you want to set the gateway, then you can set it like here. Gateway 4. That should be 192.168.10.1. And that's it actually for this part. And then you can save this file and say net plan try. So there is error in the file actually. Let me see that what error I have. So basically maybe this addresses or something else that I missed here. DHCP no, and gateway 4. And probably maybe we don't. Okay, so let me save this one. Okay, so let me put a space here. I need a space here. This is YAML file usually is intention of each letter also is very important. So you see that it will try to, oh, it's saying that gateway 4 is deprecated. So we should change this file again. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna change this one without gateway because you don't need to put gateway here. I think the newest one is route, and then try this one. So that configuration is it has been accepted. So now if I do IP address, yeah, that one is 2 ping 192.168.10.1. So you see that I can ping the other VM. So if I check from here, I have a connectivity, for example, to the internet. I don't have a connectivity to the internet. So if you wanna see that, okay, you can access each VM ping 192.168.10.1. You cannot access any VM. Also 10.2 is not accessible. So this is like connection, custom connection between two VMs that you're creating when you're using VirtualBox. And the last one is host only, similar to internal network, but that one is a custom connection. So here you see that you have also DHCP. So in the range of 192.168.5600. So then HVMs get the IP address from that DHCP that you set before. So 192.168.56.101 is the first one, 102 is the second one, and 103 is the third one. So let's see this one on your VM. So if I want to set this one as host only, so then it's asking me, you need to have the naming for virtual host only network adapter. So that's adapter you set here. So I'm gonna set it here because I've changed the configuration here, and then I should go to the YAML file and change it to DHCP. So if you check this one, IP address, you see that, oh, I actually set that one also as a manual. I should change this one as automatic, apply it. So you see that I got IP address 192.168.56.102. So now if you, let me just turn it off, turn it on. So if you check here, IP address, so you see that this one is 102. And if you ping 4224, you don't have a ping. Let me show you from here. Maybe I can change this YAML file to yes, and then remove this line. Okay, and then net plan, apply, or try. Okay, then IP address. So you see that this one is now, did I get the IP address? No. Oh, because maybe I haven't changed the network connection here. Yeah. This one should be host only. Then I receive IP address from DHCP. There you go. So this one is 56.103. So look, if I ping 192.168.50, 6102. I should be able to ping it. And when I want to ping 192.168.56.102, right? I have a connectivity from my host machine to the VM. Okay, so this is like host only, that you have a connectivity between the VMs, also between your host machine and the VM. So that's, but you don't have access to the internet. So here is this summary of what we have done, like for a NAT network, bridge, internal network. So if you look at bridge, you can access between VM, VM to host, host to VMs, VM to LAN, and LAN to VM. So look at NAT. NAT also is similar to bridge, but you're receiving this not in the same range of your physical network adapter. Is different. And here, if you're considering internet connection and you want to connect your VMs to the internet, this one has a better performance. You see that under this NAT, we don't have a NAT to NAT connection. Internal, you have between VMs, you don't have a connectivity between hosts. On the host only, you have between VM to host, host to VMs, and also between the VMs. I just want to show you something else that we have for a connection of this network. So if you look at the network settings here, so you see that this one is set as a host only. This is the VM's network host. Also, there is like, I want to show you network manager of this one. Let me, okay, here, look at tools under network. So here we have host only settings. You see that the 56 IP address coming from here. If you want to configure other range of IP address, you can change this IP address. So you see that starting is from 101. You can change the starting and ending of this IP address. For the NAT, if you don't have this part, you can create it from here. You can create different NAT. You see that NAT1, NAT2. So then you can assign a different range of IP address. If you want to set the port forwarding from one IP address to another IP address, you can set it under here. As for a cloud. So if you want to have a connectivity between any provider and the profile of that provider, you can add it here. But I'm considering this cloud, but if we look at under network setting, we talk about NAT, bridge, internal host only. And there is like generic driver cloud network, which is for connecting your VM to cloud provider and not attached. For something happens that you want to disconnect a network adapter, this is a very good option. You can select this one and then you don't receive any IP address. It's like you're unplugging your network adapter. So if you say IP address, probably this one is, it has an IP address, but it's unplugged. Okay. So this is like a summary of network configuration for VirtualBox. I hope it has been informative for you guys, and thanks for watching.